In this video, we are going to learn about convex, concave polygons, regular, irregular polygons, and angle sum property of polygon. Next concept is convex polygons and concave polygons. For that, first I am drawing here a few figures. You can just observe. Here I gave the name A, B, C, D, and here I gave the name P, Q, R, S. Okay. So here actually to identify whether it is convex or concave, you have to know about diagonals. That is a topic already we learned. Okay. So here if you observe, here which type of polygon, that means which name you can give for this four-sided polygon this is. So it is a quadrilateral. Then what about this? Even it has four line segments, and even it is simple, and even it is closed. So can it be a quadrilateral or not? Yes, definitely it is also a quadrilateral. But here what is the difference? Any difference did you find? Okay, both are not in the same shape. That is what actually immediately you can observe. But what is the major difference? So for that we need to draw diagonals. So here diagonal means what? The line segment joining non-adjacent vertices. So here AC and BD are the two diagonals. Here I have drawn. Here also the line segment joining non-adjacent vertices. For P, R is non-adjacent, and for Q, S is non-adjacent. So here PR and QS are the diagonals. Here AC and BD are the diagonals. So if you observe diagonals here, the complete portion of the diagonals lie in the interior of the quadrilateral, whereas here one diagonal is completely in the outside, that means in the exterior of the quadrilateral. Okay, did you understand the difference? So here some portion of the diagonals lying, some portion in the sense two diagonals we have, one diagonal. Okay, that's what we can say, like some portion of the diagonals, if it lies in the exterior, then that is called concave quadrilateral. Okay, or concave polygon. Here I have taken the example of quadrilateral. The same can be applied for any polygon. Okay, so a polygon with diagonals completely lying in the interior is called convex, whereas here in the concave some portion of the diagonals definitely lie in the exterior of the polygon. So that type of polygon is called concave polygon. Understood? Now one more difference is, here if you observe all the angles, here in the quadrilateral four angles we will have. So here all the four angles are definitely less than 180 degrees. Okay, no straight angle or more than 180 degrees also we will not get. It may be acute or obtuse. Okay, so convex polygon has all the angles acute or obtuse only. Whereas here in the concave polygon, if you observe here particularly angle PQR, this angle is more than 180, that is reflex angle. Okay, this is reflex. What is meant by reflex angle? The angle which lies between, the angle which measures between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. Okay, the angle which measures between 180 and 360, that means more than 180 and less than 360 is called reflex angle. So here this is reflex angle. Maybe all the other angles are acute or obtuse. Okay, but here at least one angle we got as reflex, whereas reflex angles we will not get in any convex polygon. That is also one of the major differences. Okay, and one more way also definitely you can see here, any two points you can take in the interior of the quadrilateral, and if you join, then that line segment completely lies in the interior of the polygon. Any polygon it may be. Here what I have done, any two points I have taken in the interior and just I joined these two. Then that line segment whatever I got, that completely lies in the interior. Whereas here also 2 points I have taken in the interior. This point is in the interior and this point is also in the interior. Now I want to join these two. Here if you see this line segment, some portion is lying in the exterior. Okay, here actually if you take these 2 points, okay, it lies in the interior only, but it should happen for all the 2 points. Okay, but it is not happening like that. Here I want to take these 2 points and I join these two. Now some portion of the line segment is in the exterior of the polygon. So in that way also you can remember. Okay. So what is a convex polygon? In the convex polygon, the diagonals completely lie in the interior, whereas in the concave, at least some portion of the diagonals lie in the exterior. And here at least one angle will be reflex. Here no reflex angles we will get. Okay. So hope now you can identify what is a convex and what is concave. So here if I draw one more. So here what is this polygon? This is a pentagon, okay, 5-sided polygon, but here it is actually, if you observe the diagonals, so here this diagonal is completely in the exterior. Okay, so this is concave pentagon. Understood? Next concept is regular and irregular polygons. So here regular means a regular polygon has equal sides and equal angles. So we can say equilateral and equiangular. Okay, equilateral and equiangular polygon is called regular polygon. Means what? A polygon with equal sides and equal angles is called a regular polygon. Whereas irregular means what? Just opposite to that. A polygon with unequal sides and unequal angles. That means what? All the sides are not equal and all the angles are also not equal. That type of polygons are called irregular polygons. Here one figure I will draw. So here it is this is equal, this is having equal sides and each angle is 90 degrees. That means what? All the 4 angles are equal. So it is regular, that is actually square. We know about square, isn't it? Now triangle, if it comes to triangle, that is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle and each angle is 60 degrees. All the 3 angles are equal. So this is equilateral triangle. So for regular triangle and regular quadrilateral we have specific names, that is equilateral triangle and square, and for all the others we don't have any particular names, just we say regular pentagon like that. Okay, regular pentagon, regular hexagon, like that just we name. Okay, all the 5 angles are equal. Whereas irregular, maybe rectangle, here opposite sides only equal, not all the sides are equal. Even though all the angles are equal, it is not at all regular, since only opposite sides are equal. Now coming to in rhombus, all the 4 sides are equal, even then it is not regular. Why? Here the angles are not at all equal. Here it is acute, here it is obtuse, like that. Okay, so here angles are not at all equal. Okay, so even though it has all equal angles, it is not regular rectangle. Even though all the sides are equal, rhombus is not regular, since it has no equal angles. Okay, it is not having equal angles. Just like that, the pentagon, anything. This is just a pentagon, it is not at all any regular pentagon. Here all the sides are not equal and all the angles are also not equal. Understood? These all are irregular figures. Even just a quadrilateral if you take, okay, this is also irregular. Here 4 sides are not equal, 4 angles are also not equal. These all are irregular, whereas here these are regular polygons. Now I want to show you angle sum property of quadrilateral with an equipment. That is, the sum of 4 interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. The sum of 4 angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Now I am going to prove this statement using this moving quadrilateral equipment. Okay, this moving quadrilateral is nothing but it is made with 4 wooden scales, and here I made small holes, and 4 protractors I used, and these are not the normal protractors what do you use in your practical geometry chapter and all for geometry. actually these are 360 degrees protractors. Even these are available in shops. Okay. Here with this moving quadrilateral, I want to prove now angle sum property. That means the sum of 4 angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So here just a general quadrilateral I want to make. Actually quadrilaterals we have many types. So here just a general quadrilateral 4-sided polygon. Here I made like that. Now I want to show you once. You can observe here. Here first this angle, interior angle sum we are going to prove now. So here if you see, this is the angle. Here 0 is there in the middle of this wooden scale. So from here you have to calculate. So here we got 90 degrees. Okay, one angle we got 90 degrees. Please remember. And next here coming to the second angle. Second angle, if you come here 0 degrees is there. I want to fix like this. And here what is this angle in the middle? 100 degrees. Can you observe this? This is 100 degrees. Okay. So second angle is 100 degrees. And now coming to this third angle. So here 0 degrees is there in the middle. And now coming to this angle, this is 70 degrees we got. Okay. If you see here, this is 0 to 70. 70 degrees we got here. Third angle. Now coming to fourth angle, I want to adjust the protractor. Here 360 degrees protractor this is. So 0 to here again this is 100 degrees. 0 to 100 degrees. So here this is 100 degrees. So now what are the angles we got? This is 90, 90 plus 100, 190, 190 plus 70, 260, 260 plus 100, that is 360. Okay. So in this way practically we can prove that the sum of 4 angles in any quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Actually not only for this quadrilateral, even for rectangle, square, trapezium, parallelogram, rhombus, for anything, the sum of 4 interior angles in a quadrilateral is always 360 degrees. Hope you understood this. Now coming to angle sum property of any polygon. Angle sum property of a polygon. Actually we know already what is the sum of the 3 angles in a triangle, isn't it? What is that? 180 degrees. Okay. That is angle sum property of triangle. The sum of 3 angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, and just now we have seen in the video also how to prove that practically. Now in the quadrilateral also we have seen actually. So in a quadrilateral can be divided into 2 triangles, isn't it? Theoretically we can prove in this way. So here this in a triangle the sum of 3 angles is 180 degrees. So here by drawing a diagonal the quadrilateral is divided into 2 triangles. So here suppose in this triangle it is 180 degrees and in this triangle it is 180. So what is the total? That means the sum of 4 angles in this quadrilateral, that is 180 plus 180, that is 360 degrees. Okay, how we got it? Actually 2 into 180 equal to 360 we got. Why 2 into 180? Since a quadrilateral can be divided into 2 triangles. Now coming to pentagon, here I am drawing just any pentagon. So here how can I divide pentagon? Now I divided by drawing 2 diagonals. I have divided pentagon into 3 triangles. 1, 2, 3. So here in this triangle the sum of angles is 180, here it is 180, here also 180. Okay. So how can we find the angle sum in a pentagon? 3 into 180 degrees, that is 540 degrees. Okay. Now coming to hexagon. Hexagon I am drawing here and I am dividing into triangles by drawing diagonals. Okay. Now here one more. So total 3 diagonals, 3 diagonals I have drawn. So total how many triangles we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into 180 degrees, that is 720 degrees. Okay, so every time we cannot draw like this. We cannot draw a polygon and dividing into triangles, counting how many are there into 180. This all we cannot do. So we will generalize that. That means formula. Okay, so if n sides are there in the polygon, so if you observe, what did you observe here? 3 means 1 into 180. Okay, 4 means 2 into 180. 5 means 3 into 180. For 6-sided polygon, this is 4 into 180. Just like that, here for n minus 2 into 180. If you observe the pattern, just like a pattern, here 6 minus 2, 5 minus 2 into 180, 4 minus 2 into, 3 minus 2 into 180. Okay, so this is the formula for angle sum of any polygon. So using this formula, for any polygon you can find out the angle sum. Okay, this is interior angle sum. What is this? Interior angle sum. So the sum of interior angles in any polygon of n sides equal to n minus 2 into 180 degrees. This is the formula. What is this n? Number of sides in the polygon. And what we are finding here? Interior angle sum. Okay, interior angle sum of any polygon of n sides equal to n minus 2 into 180 degrees. Understood all of you? So just one example I will give. If a polygon has 8 sides, then what is the angle sum is the question. Okay, so angle sum, interior angle sum equal to, what is the formula? N minus 2 into 180 degrees. So in the place of n, what we have to write? In place of n, 8 you have to write, since the polygon has 8 sides. So 8 minus 2 into 180 degrees, that is 6 into 180 degrees. So what you will get? 1080. Okay, understood all of you? So here 1080 degrees is the angle sum in a polygon of 8 sides. Just like this, you can apply the formula and you can find the angle sum for any polygon when the number of sides is given. So far actually we covered many concepts. What are those? Convex concave polygons, regular irregular polygons, and the classification of polygons, diagonals, and the angle sum property. Hope all these concepts are clear for you. Thank you.